God bless trees. Long story short, we have arrived at the beach. It's cold today. Just lost the meeting. Now it's cloudy and windy. It's so wearing my summer coat. It's very but I found some proper places for lying down and a bathroom. Still don't know if I should swim though or not. It's cloudy. Like, look at it. Which is good for my skin, so I don't have to apply sunblock as often. But I don't know if I want to swim. I think I don't. I mean, I still have a lot of time. So maybe I will swim in Oman. To be here. I don't have the urge to enter the water. So I will wait for the urge to hit me. Don't have much to add in the matter of autism this time. Like, my mouth hurts. Because I keep drinking, of course. Hiding behind the bushes, but like not enough. So my whole mouth hurts. And it hurt yesterday. And it will hurt forever now. As long as I'm in this area of the world, my mouth is gonna hurt. And communication, I guess. There are quite a few people at my host's house, and they all keep talking. And I think I would probably do a video on communication separately. What I see usually people mentioning is kind of the conversation topic jumping from one thing to the next, and yeah, that definitely happens. Well, compared with other things that I observe and suffer through, this doesn't bother me as much. But it contributes to the feeling that people don't really care about the things they talk about. It's really perplexing for me. Because I talk about things that I care about. If I'm saying something, that means I care. The second impression I get from people interacting in groups is that they also don't care about each other. They can spend hours and hours talking, but they're not friends. They're not invested in each other's lives. And that is also insane for me. But again, this is not something, the biggest kind of problem that I have with it, because okay, you don't give a fuck, so bye, I'll see you some other time, I'm gonna go. And the third one is that people argue all the time. A lot of these conversations are supposed to be pleasant conversation. Oh, let's have dinner and chat, and there's gonna 5 people talking. They're switching back and forth between agreeing with each other, whereas they don't actually agree. It's hard to explain, but like when there is some kind of like political situation, divisive political situation happens, people who have been sitting at these tables and having these kind of conversations for years, they act suddenly surprised. Ooh, but like my second cousin's third wife or something, she turned out to be like this supporter, like she's like a, you know, like he's saying this and he voted this way. Yeah, because you never agreed actually on anything. And if I was there, I could tell you that you don't agree. You have these different views in these different situations. But yeah, this is one part. So like people agreeing even though they don't. And then the other part, I think it's like 40% agreeing, 40% arguing, and 20% for like maybe, you know, introducing the actual information there. But yeah, the other 40% is people arguing. And I think they don't see that as arguing, but I definitely do. So, and it hurts me. It's just like there is some, it's like people trying, one person trying to get another person to do something, and there is no way to like say no to that, because like it keeps going and like going in circles and repeating, and then like other people joining in, and then it becomes another argument. So it's all about kind of like persuading, kind of a bit hierarchical play or something. And like this is exhausting for me even to like listen to. Participation is obviously horrible, but yeah, I know a lot of ways to say fuck you and fuck off. But just like listening to that, I don't understand the pleasure of it, and it like what? So it is exhausting for me. I cannot do it for long, and people go at it for long. It could be like 10, 15 minutes of all of that. Which also looks strange to me, because like I can see that they don't care. They're not invested in each other's lives. So like them trying to persuade another person to do something, like, I don't know, try some jam at some supermarket that you absolutely have to try. It's not because like they care so deeply that this jam is gonna make this person's life so much better. It's just for nothing, for time to, you know, to pass, to go by. But it's like kind of argumentative, and like for me it's difficult. It's not pleasant. I kind of inevitably, involuntarily follow the lines of argument. I don't know. And I guess some chemicals are created in my brain, and they are unpleasant. And the last part that I want to touch on is people casually mentioning horrible things and cracking casual jokes about that. This, for some reason, again happens in every conversation, and I don't know how people do that. It's like, yeah, you will be like having dinner, eating your pasta, and like trying these meatballs or something. And I would expect the conversation to be about that. But nah, like people casually bring like, I don't know, war, genocide, violence, rape into these discussions for like a minute or two. They like natural disasters, like a lot of people dying or like having horrible fucking lives, suffering, like human suffering. They just bring it into the conversation and like, ha ha ha, and then they move on to something. They move on to a jam that someone has to try. It's just so insane for me. I cannot do that. I write long texts, long balls of text, and sometimes my texts, because I'm an asshole, sometimes my texts mention these horrible things that human beings do to each other. And it's in this like asshole kind of style often, because I'm writing about assholes. It's always a decision. It's always like a big moral decision for me to even mention this thing. And then like I have to take it on me. I have to make this decision to that, okay, I'm gonna mention this horrible thing, and it's gonna be lightly, more lightly than it is like should be. And then I will somehow, in the text, and my brain would somehow make me, and I don't mind, I agree with them, with both the text and my brain. There will be like a reason for me to do that, and it's going to be acknowledged that despite there being this casual mentioning and maybe even joking about it, it's a serious thing, and the assholes in the text are going to be thinking about it because I'm thinking about it. So it's always like an event for me. Like right now, even me very vaguely talking about these sort of things, I'm not actually mentioning anything specific, and I'm not exactly thinking of any specific kind of thing that human beings have done to each other, but I'm thinking about them as a concept, and that's enough for me to keep thinking about it for a few more hours. And I don't know how people do that. Like chewing and talking about bombs and like rockets being fired, and like, oh yeah, and he said and they said and they decided, come on, try the sauce. Like what? And I kind of understand that it takes me forever to process, and I occupy mental states longer, but just the reasoning behind it. Okay, like you don't get the effects of thinking about the bombs for several hours after you heard about that, but like why did you need to talk about it in the first place? So casually. The only time when people actually kind of pay some respect to that is that if like it's, oh, my cousin died. So if it's like a relative or kind of a friend, and then the other people, they act with a bit more verbally expressed compassion, or they kind of treat it a bit more seriously than thousands, like hundreds of thousands of people dying somewhere else or something, I don't know. Yeah, or if it's recent, if it's like the hot news, then people are all hot and bothered by that. But if it's not recent and if it's not like relatively personal, then it's between the sauce and the jam. It's really hard for me. Anyway, I think that's the small bit, the little short bit that I had about being autistic and traveling. The effing conversations. And then the bit is not that short, huh? It's not that short. The yellow flag means exercise caution in the water. It's about swimming. I guess it's because of the wind, but because it's like kind of like a bay. There aren't any waves. It's pretty calm, but I still don't want to swim. And the waves also didn't make me want to swim. I'm not much of a swimmer, especially in salty water. I mean, I can swim very well, but I prefer to do it in fresh water because it doesn't hurt my skin that much. Anyway, I'm gonna go have lunch and think about atrocities that people commit. See you in the next episode. Try the jam. It's back to sunny, and I hid in this. It's called a planetarium. Some kind of place for children, but it's a hiding spot for me. I mean, there isn't anyone here, but there are some people there. Maybe some people passing by. So I hid here and had my lunch. But the point of me talking again is that this little toy that I have is a watermelon. It's a wild watermelon that dried. So, and it's completely empty inside. It's like a little ball. A toy from the toy from yesterday. Yeah, it's apparently it is a watermelon. One more thing, I keep fucking hitting my head on everything. This is the latest culprit. But then also at my host place, and also my foot. My foot is not my head, but like I keep hitting everything on everything. Every body part, mostly my head though, which is a bit unfortunate. I think I will need to research dyspraxia when I come back, because like for like my whole life, I considered my movements to be like internally normal, because like, oh well, it's just like sometimes shit falls and you bump into things and like things escape you. This is just like what human life is. Kind of like act accordingly, like whatever. Just know what to compare it with. Once a day you become sleepy. Well, that's what it is. You fall asleep. So also stuff happens to your body, but I'm like, does it happen more often than normal? And like, how does it happen? So I will have to think about it, but not now, because now I will think about what I promised to think about. Not promised, but it's a predicted. I predicted I would be thinking about it. So I go back to Sunny, and I have had lunch. So hooray, hooray! It's a sea cat. There were a few more there. I think that is also a cat. But what I find absolutely strange is that, okay, they've got food. It's not as fancy as it is in Turkey, but they've got food. They've got a lot of food. They are scared. They're not friendly. And they're a bit um kind of beaten, weathered by life, which is really strange. Like in this climate, they don't have to suffer because of the elements. Who attacks them? Other dogs. I have only seen dog one place now, and that's like construction site. So it's like construction dogs. Very, very confused. This seems like an ideal place to be a cat, like a stray cat. It's warm all year round. You get food. You have shelter. There is no like rain or anything. They're scaredy cats. They're not they're not like Istanbul cats. She will stay with you forever, given the chance. We're in trouble. This is not all. I have more. Can they fucking export shells out of United Arab Emirates? No, to check. Ah, ah. Oh, this one is so good. Come on, focus. There is a small one inside. It's the clitoris shell. This one also has some shit stuck inside it. They're pretty. Ah. Oh, this is just ordinary. Come on, focus. What is that? It's like fucking decoration. Women. And this one that I'm not gonna take, but it's cool. The answer is no, you can't. So I'm gonna leave them here, arranged. I will take a picture and I will paint them maybe at home. But it would have been nice to have this collection like this at home. But no, sadly, no.